Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss absolute value. Absolute value. What is the absolute value of 3? So let's try to plot 3 and its adjective inverse in a number line. So if this is our number line, let's plot let's plot 3 and its adjective inverse. Yes, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So if we're going to plot positive 3 and its adjective inverse, so that would become, here would be positive 3 and its adjective inverse negative 3. So this one, okay, so we have there the distance of 3. So the distance of 3 from 0 is 3. Same, they have the same distance from 0 to negative 3. Since they have the same distance from 0, it's true that their opposites, they have their opposite directions. Now in mathematics, they have the same absolute value. In this case, so the absolute value is positive 3. The notation for the absolute value is to put two straight lines on both sides of the number. Let's say for example, if we're going to write absolute value of 3, so that would be putting now two straight lines. So this is read as the absolute value of 3. So the absolute value of 3 is equal to 3. Remember that when we talk of absolute value, we're talking of the distance. That's why absolute value is always positive. Let's take for example, what is the absolute value of 5? So absolute value of 5 is denoted by the absolute value of 5. So if you are going to illustrate that again using a number line, see if this is 0, so 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and its adjective inverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, the distance between 0 to positive 5 is 5, and the distance of 0 from 0 to negative 5 is 5. Therefore, the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5. Another, what is the absolute value of 4? Okay, right, you're correct. So the absolute value of 4 is positive 4. Now, what is the absolute value of negative 6? Remember, the absolute value is always positive. So the absolute value of negative 6 is positive 6. And the absolute value of negative 8, so the absolute value of negative 8, take the adjective inverse of it. So putting now negative 8, take the positive side. So we have there now absolute value of negative 8 is equal to positive 8. Let's take another example again. For example, you are asked to manipulate the absolute value of 5 plus 2. So absolute value signs will be taken as grouping symbol. So we have there taking 5 plus 2 first, so we have 7, and then take the absolute value of 7, that is now equal to 7. Another, let's take a look at this. So the absolute value of 4 minus the absolute value of 5. So first, we will be taking the absolute value of 4. So the absolute value of 4 is 4 minus the absolute value of 5 is 5. And so 4 minus 5, that's now equal to negative 1. Another example. So the absolute value of negative 3 minus the absolute value of negative 5. So taking again the absolute value of negative 3, we have positive 3. Then we have their minus. The absolute value of negative 5 is 5. Therefore, the answer 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Another example. Absolute value of negative 3 plus the absolute value of 5. Okay. So take again the absolute value of negative 3, which is 3. Then plus the absolute value of 5, which is 5. So that will become 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Another. So let's have 3 absolute value of 7 minus 9 minus 3 minus 6 squared. So as a rule, we are going to simplify first those inside the grouping symbol. So absolute value notation is taken as a grouping symbol. So we have their copy first 3. Then we have 7 minus 9 is negative 2. Then minus 3 minus 6 is negative 3. And then squared. Okay? So from there now, so we copy 3 again. The absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. So that's multiplication. Minus the absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. And then squared. So for the final answer, we have now 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 3 squared is 9. Therefore, the final answer, 3 minus 9 is negative 3.